Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. It is Friday and we are doing a full face Friday. I have got some new goodies to share with you, such as the Wayne Goss Weightless Veil Blushes. I am going to be playing around with some pieces from the Chanel Holiday Collection, as well as ending with a favorite fall fragrance. So if you are interested in seeing how I created this look, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, it is Friday and it is time to put on some makeup on this face. I'm going to be using a bunch of favorites. I will be playing around with some of the new Chanel Holiday Collection. As I said, I do a few other videos using those, kind of creating some different little looks with these single eyeshadows with some fun eyeliners. So we're going to be focusing on that. But let's go ahead and start with complexion. And I was asked if I still like the La Beige. This is the Healthy Glow Foundation, Hydration and Long Wear. And yep, it is still one of my favorites. Anytime I wear this on camera, oftentimes you guys are sweet and say that my skin looks glowing. So I do have to say, this is a fantastic kind of glowy foundation. It's got a touch of coverage, not too much, and it just feels like nothing on the skin. So totally love that. I'm going to take a pump, and as I've mentioned, I am in the shade B32. That tends to be my match in Chanel foundations. And someone was asking if I consider myself cool or warm or neutral, and I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm just as confused as the rest of you. Oftentimes I have been matched with a cool undertone, so I've got both cool and warm undertones, but my neck tends to really bring out the rosiness, and I have been told to kind of make sure to match closer to my neck, which tends to have more rosy tones. So I tend to go with something with a slight rosy undertone or cooler undertone, or I will often just buy neutral just to be safe. But neutral foundations sometimes can actually pull a little gray on me. That happened with the La Mer foundation. I think I bought it in neutral and it really was pulling very gray on my skin, so I have to be careful about that. So long and short of it is, I wish I had some tips and tricks to share with you as far as picking out the best shade match, but I will say all of the makeup artists that I've kind of worked with have always kind of said, just make sure that you bring down your swatch to your neck and that it's also picking up the tones there. So that would be my 2 cents for today. And probably one of the reasons I like Chanel is just because I know I have been matched several times by their global makeup artists, and they always pick the shade B32. So I'm feeling kind of confident about that shade. So I'm just buffing this into the skin. Then I'm going to use my Chanel Rose Corrector. We're just going to brighten up in those dark hollows. And yep, I still love this, you guys. I just use a very little bit, kind of right in there. It is very brightening. And this is the corrector, not necessarily concealer per se, but I use it as concealer because I think the point of concealer is oftentimes to kind of brighten up in that kind of dark area. So I'm just going to take my ring fingers and I will just kind of tap, and I'll take it down kind of right here, and then I will pull it up. So I'm just going to kind of do that, and then I take whatever's left and I bring it through gently to my wrinkle area. So this will lighten up underneath my eyes, and you can use it all over. I just find that it really has a brightening effect on the skin. in a good way. I'm just saying, if I put it all over my face, I think I would look a little bit too bright. Okay, then we are gonna set the makeup. I have the La Beige. This is their Healthy Glow Sheer Powder, and this is in number 20. Just a basic kind of sheer finishing or setting powder. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and put a little bit of that on right now. Just a little bit before we move on to the rest of the face. And I really do like this pressed powder. It's just sheer. It's not mind-blowing, but it just sort of finishes the face off. I really like this foundation because it's got a little bit of glow, and I don't want to take away from that, but I also do kind of like to just make sure the makeup is set. Then I did pick up the Wayne Goss, the Weightless Blush Palette. I have 2 of them, and I have it in Blush Peony. I used that the other day, and it's so pretty. So I picked up this shade range. You get a ton of product. I do have to say that about Wayne Goss's makeup. You get a ton of product. The price is really reasonable, and of course, you're gonna get high quality. So this is Peony, and then it's got this beautiful highlighter that corresponds with it and kind of matches on the skin. So pretty, you guys. So we will play with this in a different little video, but I'm going to pull out the other one that I picked out, and this one is in Coral Rose. Trying not to get fingerprints over everything, so nice and fresh here. And this one is in Coral Rose. I want to check this one out. Oh gosh, so pretty. I love this. So we're going to use this today, and let me just give you a little swatch. Here is the coral, and here is kind of more of a gold toned kind of highlighter, and I think that's going to look gorgeous on the skin. So I'm going to put a little bit of this blush on, and a little goes a long way. I learned that the hard way with the Peony. I kind of dug into the product, and I was definitely a little flushed, and it just has a lot of pigment. So this is the beautiful kind of Coral Rose. I thought that would be kind of a good pick to kind of liven up the complexion. And don't worry, we'll blend everything in. Then I'm going to take a little fan brush, and I'm going to put a little bit of this highlighter just right. Whoa. You guys, as I said, very pigmented, and I already feel like I'm a little glowy. So we're going to just put a little bit here. We'll put a little on the bridge of the nose, right above my lip there. And I'm going to kind of just circular blend those together. So this is the Coral Rose, and you guys are so pretty. And the other thing is this almost feels like a creamy texture. The blushes feel more powdery, and then the highlighters have almost like a very creamy, delicate texture to them. So pretty. Wouldn't expect anything less from Wayne Goss. He does an amazing job with all of the products I've bought so far. They've been absolute winners, and my daughter already stole the pink peony one, so I will play with that in another video. But we both are loving these so far. Just beautiful. I wouldn't expect anything less from Wayne Goss. So we've got some glow going on, and then I thought we would do a quick and easy eye using one of the new mono shadows from the holiday collection from Chanel. And I'm going to keep it super simple. So the one I am going to be using today is the Or Blanc, and it is such a pretty color on its own. So as I had mentioned in my original video, I've just been having fun doing a really simple wash and then kind of having fun with some eyeliners. So I'm going to just put some of this Or Blanc all over the lid. Okay, so here is the Or Blanc. And you guys, I love this color. Now, it kind of has a tinge, I would kind of say, of pewter green. Now, with this Or Blanc, I feel like it goes really well with green. And I have two different Stilo U's. I have it in Jungle Green. I think this was limited edition, but I also have it in Celadon, and that's the one I tend to use the most. So I will swatch those for you. This is Celadon, and I feel like it's going to go perfect with Or Blanc. Here is Celadon along with a swatch of Or Blanc. Then I also have Jungle Green that's going to be just a tad bit richer. And then here is Jungle Green. So if you already own Jungle Green, it's just going to be a little bit richer. There's some places that still sell Jungle Green, but Celadon is in their permanent collection of Stilo U's, so I'm going to use that today, and it's the one that I use the most. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to define the eyes by going close to the lash line. Now I am going to take the definer smudger, and I'm just going to take a little bit here, and I'm going to put it right in this little crevice. And then just kind of pull that a little bit under here. A little bit of lightness right there. And just smudge the line just slightly, soften it. Okay, we've got eyeliner on, and then I need to kind of ground my eyes and put some mascara on. I'm going to be using my personal favorite, Chantecaille Faux Cils Longest Lash Mascara. I'm going to go put on some mascara and then we can finish off the face. Mascara is on, and we've got just a really simple wash of color. That's what I'm loving about those mono shades. If you feel like you need a little bit of a matte color in the crease, you can definitely do so. You could even take a little bit of bronzer. Maybe we'll do that right now. And take a little bit of bronzer and then just kind of put that right in the crease area, just to kind of ground your eyes just a little bit. So okay, then we're going to finish off with number 107. This is the Rouge Allure Luminous Lipstick, and this one is in the beige or color. And this is the one that I was on the fence about. I tend to really like those kind of berry tones, but we're going to give this beige another chance. I'm going to first line my lips with Natural Beige Lip Liner first, just to define them. Just a little bit of definition on the lips, and then I'm going to top it off with the Rouge Allure. Feeling a little glowy. Got my beige lip on. I am going to set everything. I love to use the Chantecaille Eau Rose de Mai Pure Rose Water just to kind of set everything. Just to kind of set everything, give a little refresh to the skin, and then I thought we would finish with fragrance of the day. Okay, we've got our glow on, and then for perfume of the day, I am pulling out an oldie but a goodie. So I love Byredo fragrances, and for a long time I always called Velvet Haze sort of my signature fragrance because this was actually a perfume that I bought another bottle of. So I finished a complete perfume bottle of Velvet Haze and went and got the big one. So I'm in the mood for something sort of lush, buttery, kind of a rich fragrance, and Velvet Haze is what I think of. So I know velvet is a very good description for this, but I always think of cashmere sweaters when I wear Velvet Haze, like soft, buttery, rich. It is an oriental woody fragrance. It has some ambrette in it, and that gives sort of a cozy little feel to it. So the top notes in this are going to be hibiscus, bergamot, so it's kind of got a little bit of a fresh floral kind of take on it. It's got a touch of coconut, and then in the middle you're going to have patchouli. Please don't be afraid of patchouli. This is not going to be significantly, like if you're someone who thinks you don't like patchouli, definitely go give this a scent. It might change your mind. Definitely go give it a little sniff. This might change your mind. It's got a little bit of tuberose as well as ambrette. And ambrette kind of gives things a nice kind of cozy feel. It's kind of like a mild little musk, but it kind of gives it that kind of velvet or cashmere feel to things. And it's got cacao pod, patchouli, and cashmeran in the base. So you guys, this one is a really kind of warm oriental kind of fragrance, but it's got a lightness to it as well. This, I have to say, is one of my most complimented fragrances ever. In the past, I'm one of those people who likes to hug people. I believe in the power of touch. So in our new normal, that's something that I just need to learn. Step away, no hugging. When I would give people hugs, they'd always say, "Oh my gosh, you just smell incredible." It's just got this really soft kind of like cashmere, soft velvet haze, exactly what it described as. It's very lush, very inviting, and I just love this fragrance. So I'm so excited to be pulling this out again. And again, I find this one to be very unique because it's got a fresh element and then it's got this warm, cozy haze going on. So it's just kind of bridging the gap between like too rich of a fragrance, and I just love it. So today we are going with Velvet Haze. We are moving into more fall fragrances, and I will do a whole video for you guys of my favorite fall fragrances. So just know I'm a little behind on videos. I am supporting my amazing group of detoxers, so I am busy doing that right now, but I will try to keep getting a few detoxes up in the next couple weeks. But we are just having an amazing time. We are getting healthy together and just having so much fun. So just hang loose. I will be back with more consistent content, but I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and I look forward to chatting with you guys soon.